So we're going to talk about a few other things. I was going to talk about Mass Effect Datapad and Infiltrator, but I can pretty much just sum them up really quick as nifty. If you've got like an iPad or something, get the Datapad at least, because the codex is awesome. You can read about indoctrination. Infiltrator is short, probably it's you know, $6. It's not totally bad, and there are ways to get your readiness rating up, but multiplayer is fun too, so there's that. Let's see. So who are the most annoying characters for you in the game?
Throughout the whole series, or just 3?
No, just for 3.
3. You know, I don't know. That's kind of hard. I really do like all the characters. I like
even James.
Yeah, I like James. I think he's kind of funny.
Okay.
To be honest, even if most of his dialogue is just exposition for people that haven't played the first 2 games, which is kind of weird if you have, especially playing the Eden Prime mission for the Prothean. It seems like most of the dialogue there they didn't tailor to people that have played it, because I remember one line specifically that was really strange. I took, obviously you have to take Liara with you, but she's like, Eden Prime, this is where it all began. Do you remember, Shepard? I was like, of course I remember. You know, it's like, if you play the first game, that's where all of this starts. I don't know why they put that line in there. It's just so strange.
The best part is if you take Edie with you there, she'll start trolling Dr. Designs, like, you do what, paleontology or something like that.
Every character does that. I took Ashley with me just because I thought it was neat to see what she would say, since she was there on Eden Prime, and she's like, you know, it was neat. She was like, you know, I remember when the 212 got wiped out here. It was horrible. I was running from Geth, and then I ran into you. It was just kind of neat. But
for me, I'd have to say, I've seen like big fan threads for every romance option for every Mass Effect game. I haven't seen one for Diana Hours yet. I gotta say, every time Jessica Chobot talks, it's just sort of like she's on lithium or something. She's just sort of like in this dreamy kind of haze, and just she talks like a reporter maybe, I guess, but I just wasn't very endeared with her. There was some interesting dialogue that's opened up between your crew and her sometimes, but it's just sort of a weird.
Yeah, like her trainer hits on her.
Yeah.
But it's, I didn't really think much of her one way or another. I thought, oh, damn it, you know, of course she's lucky she gets to be in a game that she likes, but at the same time, she was kind of distracting. All I could think about was Jessica Chobot's on my ship.
Yeah, it's hide all the PSPs. So, yeah, favorite reporter then is going to be Diana Allers, Alina.
But something I did think about that was kind of strange was, rather than introduce a new character, why didn't they bring back Emily Wong?
Okay, well, there's a story actually behind that. You had to, like, right before the release of Mass Effect, they decided that they were going to utilize Emily Wong in this, they set up a Twitter account that was going to just be the Alliance News Network, and they've been reporting like every week on a new issue that was foreshadowing the Reapers coming. And when Mass Effect 3 came out, or it might have been a day before, they the network shut off, and then it came back on, and it started saying, you know, this is Emily Wong reporting from one of the only QEC quantum entanglement devices, or QEDs from Earth. You know, it's like all communication's been cut, don't know what's going on. So for about 5 hours, there was just these reposts, and it's just like big ship coming down, looks like that thing to attack the Citadel. It's opening up lasers, and so you can go on this entire adventure where she's going around with her like news crew. They go all around Earth, try to pick up and rescue some people. They report on some of the early cannibals and stuff like that, and then it eventually has to end with, I'm pretty sure, Emily Wong doing a final report saying that she's going to ram one of the Reapers with a car or something like that, so she dies pretty much.
I think that was a missed opportunity to bring back a character that people knew, but also talk about sort of just the things that's going on Earth. Like maybe she's one of the people that, I don't know, you bring aboard the Normandy when you're leaving.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just thought it would have been nice to have her on the ship doing the interviews rather than Diana Allers.
I'm at the time when I was reading the Twitter thing, it was really cool to follow, just because you'd be hitting F5 over and over just to see.
I didn't know about that because I don't go on Twitter.
And now it's just like everybody's like, "Where's Emily Wong?" It was great if you were there, and it would have been nice if, you know, she had come back. We get a lot of people coming back, but another person wouldn't have heard it. So, in fact, there's a few characters that I got listed here that, you know, one of the things that really disappointed me, like, the most, no Cal Rieger back in this game.
Yeah, he kind of just gets written off in an email saying that he died heroically.
On, like, Paladin,
I think. It was certainly neat, but they didn't even call him back for more voice acting.
Apparently,
Adam Baldwin.
Yeah, there was a fan who went to a convention just this past week or something like that, talking with Adam Baldwin, saying, you know, loved your work in ME2 as Cal Rieger, wish you'd come back. And it's like, yeah, they didn't even call me. It's just, you know, maybe I'll come back for like some DLC or something like that. And the fan ended this post saying I didn't have the heart to tell him that Cal Rieger ended up dying during the game. It's just like, you know, it would be great. Marines don't go deep cover, but if they did, you know, Cal Rieger like came back from DLC.
If they did go into DLC, there's certainly ways they can work around him dying, saying that, oh, they just assumed he was dead, he actually wasn't.
Yeah, like, the biggest problem I see with that is that Cal Rieger can die in ME2. I mean, obviously you can just replace it with any 4A Marine then.
Right,
but getting him as a squad mate would be even better. But,
and then some other DLC things I was thinking about anyway. I was assuming that in 3, you would go with Arya to help her take back Omega,
yeah, sure.
Which this comic sort of talks about. This is only this is the last of the 4, but it pretty much talks about Cerberus taking over Omega right before Mass Effect 3, and Arya talks about it if you meet her in Purgatory.
I mean, you gather up all the mercenaries. She's like, I think I'm going to use violence and go, you know, take it back. It'd be really great to go back through a few of the districts, maybe even recycle some of the maps, and I don't know, take out. Are there any like notable Cerberus characters that would?
General Petrovsky. He's sort of leading the attack on Omega, and we're not even sure why the Elusive Man wanted Omega to begin with, other than maybe he just wanted to control all the traffic going in and out of the Omega 4 relay. But they never did really talk about why he wants Omega, and you never find out in Mass Effect 3, and you don't get to go back to Omega in Mass Effect 3, which I thought was a little disappointing. But
So Omega's a pretty cool place. It's got my favorite club out of all 3 of them. Yeah. But that would be a great piece. You could bring in all sorts of characters. You could see how Morden's assistant's doing. You could bring in the Randall Enzo, I guess is the name of the guy from Infiltrator. You can bring him back and maybe he'd fight with you for some. There's a lot of tie-ins you could do. It'd be a really nice piece of content.